Blessings to all the viewers and subs. Sir P dropped his breakdown of Freedom Street concert this morning, and Mitrap TV is here to take a review of that and share my opinion. So let's go.
I'm sorry about man. We review Joe Security Bogdanovich show. Nostalgia Street. Now we touch on some talking points, and at the end, I give the show a grade. Now it start off with massive propaganda campaign. There are two before. All bought and paid for, with the intention to increase interest and make the last remaining sheep who go like them want each run out of the yard. We hear say 10,000 private jet that are, man. We hear say Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Rihanna, Beyonce, Mason, Michael Jackson return from the grave. Everybody are gonna be at Barabbas show. When me hear that, I start laugh because I know Barabbas is not that guy. So you're telling me them celebrities are gonna have them New Year's Eve where them normally spending them friends and them families and all them people and I'm gonna left. If you go Barabbas show, Barabbas, and the manager of album a triple class ticket. When I mix up corner shop level hype, right, with real stardom. Barabbas a star, big star by Ironman standards. No foreign artists and them people, them know about Barabbas, them know Barabbas tune and they can tell them Barabbas tune them. They can tell us, oh, Vibes Kartel, yeah man, you have no hit song. Let me tell you that. But if you pack up and ship out and fly out to Ironman, New Year's Eve into New Year's Day, to see Barabbas, so what them there? Where was Nicki Minaj and Rihanna and all the people them when they claim son are run busty and busty? What them did they? Me don't know, I'm a bad man, you know. So maybe them did it, but me just never see. So where was Rihanna? Where was Nicki Minaj? Where was Cardi B? Come at them, see, them post something on them Instagram story, guy. Them people that post our TikTok up on them Instagram story, that's nothing to write home about. Right, you were deceived. You were deceived. That was just the propaganda to draw out the few remaining sheep that go like them want to play tough. Like, we go like you want to go Barabbas show. Alright, what got me time Rihanna drop? What got me time Nicki Minaj drop? What got me time Cardi B drop? What got me? Well, them a go there? Well, right away, them a go there? Then me have to there. Cause right away, it triggers something they call FOMO. Fear of missing out.
My God. Vibes Kartel and his PR team scammed the fans by insinuating to them that high-profile celebrities such as Drake, Nicki Minaj, Rihanna, and Cardi B was coming to the show and graced the stage. Because Jamaicans love excitement. They love to see foreign people more than their own. They don't like to miss out on things. It irks them to see that they could have went to the event, but they didn't make it.
Again, the unicorn meat. Barabbas is not that guy. Right. Superstar by Ironman standards. Known worldwide. But Barabbas is not that guy. If you draw out them people up on a New Year's Eve, it's not happening, guy. Get over yourself. 100,000 private jet. You must say private jet flying to Ironman weekly, daily. There's a whole airport. Right, the Ian Fleming Airport originally had a private jet to make you come in. That's nothing new or nothing unusual for Ironman. But because the propaganda was in full effect. Yo, me say about 10,000 jet flight on dog and the whole of them for Barabbas. Me say Elon Musk a go. Me say Joe Biden a go. Donald Trump a go. Go little sheep chew and them best suit of clothes and run Ghana Stadium. It has to be studied. Yo, me say Drake a flying dog. And then at one point in the stage show, I go some woman in Drake a run out dog and then Popcaan I go some woman and yo the thing mad dog. I'll know me away. These people are not that far from Ironman. They have private jet. They can fly in and fly out back in 3 hours dead. These people have the means to fly in and out of Ironman in 2-3 hours the most. They could have fly in, run up on the stage, fly in, take in the show and left back in 2 hours, 3 hours. They now go through normal airport. It was never going to happen, but I'm say it's propaganda. I understand. End of the day, as Yankee them say, it's business. Right? Then put out the little fake propaganda through the vloggers them to drum up interest and make people say, yo, me say Drake fly down dog. Play childish games with children. No fall for them things. Barabbas is not that guy. If Barabbas go Barbados and Rihanna over there then, yeah, she go him show. But not running in my place to Barabbas like that. Some little B grade and C grade level celebrity. Instagram vloggers and influencers and people. But the name them wanna call out a A-list superstar. It's not happening, guy. Barabbas just isn't that DJ. You can get a Twitter repost and a post on a story and everything because you can do all that tuning and everything, but we're not all deep on it now.
18 private jet landed in Jamaica, according to the Jamaican Observer. One man made December change forever. And Sting, promoter of Sting, you miss out on that? 18 private jet landed in Jamaica. Vibes Kartel, one singer made 18 private jet landed in December. And Sting, promoters, have you done that? And make traffic control back up in Jamaica? Vibes Cartel, Freedom Street, December is...
The way the Meech Gaza fans trick Vibes Cartel into thinking he is the man with the biggest pulling power has to be studied in a real life. Sir P is telling us that Cartel is not that man in real life. It might seem that way on the media, but when the energy is needed to be shown in real life, it is 411. Referring to those 18 private jets that landed in Montego Bay? Yeah, in Montego Bay, not even Kingston. Was those really for Vibes Cartel concert? Because I'm still wondering who and where are those A-list people that came off those jets. I didn't see them or hear about them at the concert. Or was it just the time of the year when tourism roamed to the western and northern parts of Jamaica to breeze off their esteem?
Guy, me tell you say, if them have to give a ticket to full up stadium, that them a go do. And that's exactly what they did.
Jaja, and that is not a lie. We have witnessed it right in front of our eyes. Tickets were raining like money on a regular basis in Mecca. Boom Boom gave away tons of tickets. Sean Storm gave away a lot, and a lot more was given away on the streets to fill up the stadium.
Barabbas them end up give a beer ticket on the last day and the days leading up. Not because them kind, but because them want to take shame out of them eye. Man of the streets, I give a free ticket to full up stadium. Me telling you say it won't come to this. Man I like me tell him say look at YouTuber. Me get a whole heap of ticket. So me can sell them back cheap. One time I try to sell them. People I tell me say why me to buy something can get for free. Man I give them the nice streets to full up the stadium.
Slated to be the biggest show in Jamaica ever, after returning from prison after 13 years, turned out to be a non-profit ticket sales event because the artist's pulling power did not live up to expectations. The ticket prices were way above his standards, so about 20,000 plus tickets were left unsold. So they had no choice but to just donate them to the poor and financially challenged people. And many people who bought the tickets were trying to sell them back, and there was even a challenge to give away free tickets, much less selling them, because people did not want to go.
Something all right.
Something all right.
Barabbas did want to put on a free show, him should have put on a free show. But Freedom Street wasn't free. Freedom isn't free. It costs folks like you and me. Know that tune, eh? Freedom Street was not supposed to be free. Them step out with big price. All the bleacher ticket them, which is symbolic, considering, Vice Barabbas is the most notorious bleacher I've ever seen. But all the bleachers them, crazy prices. Their intention was to dig out the eyeball of the Jamaican people. Dig out poor people eye. The same poor people run back a Barabbas for years. I say free him. Free Barabbas. Free Vibes Cartel. Him and him white daddy Joe conspire to dig out the people them eye and it never work. If Barabbas did come back and say, guy, free show for you people them and give a ticket them, me say, well, that is that. That is that. But it was never intended to be no giving nothing. I sell them, I sell, but the price was spooky. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze. The people were not willing to pay those prices to see a washed up reptilian sprat who was well past his prime. People were interested because in the day of Barabbas that there was always some amount of interest. But there's a difference between interest and taking action. Man, I say nah, pay that.
For real, that kind of business did not make any sense to me. If so much people was sorting out after tickets, there are no need to lower the price and say you're giving back to your financially challenged fans. Most of those specific financially challenged fans couldn't even access the internet in that way to purchase those tickets. And now we have seen that did not age very well. I don't know who came up with the stupid idea to put a concert tickets on Black Friday sales. Since when does Jamaica have Black Friday sales? 50% off? What? When the ticket prices of a show should be going up the closer it gets to the day of the event, it was ironically going downhill before the halfway mark from the date of the show. Promoters could have did way better with the ticket pricings that occurred.
The first sign something was going spookily wrong is when you hear them tell you say 50% off on ticket. Guy, basic economics, basic finance. Nobody not take off 50% off on anything that is high value and in high demand. Nobody. If them did want cheap tickets and free tickets, them should have started out free and cheap from morning. They didn't. They didn't. Anytime you see man say, yo, half price, a clearance that, things pile up on him, you want to get rid of them. Nobody. Not take off half price for in demand and sell. Nobody. Clearance that, pile up. Them tickets are going to sit down for winner dog. They go and sit down for when they still go empty. Alright, half price. When that don't work free, has to be studied. But then they just started cheap from early. You see what Licky calls? Billy Joe secured Bogdanovich and Barabbas them. Just price the ticket them fairly, one decent little money, and make the people them pay the little money and go in the bleachers. I'm not talking about the expensive ticket them. Kind of every concert you have some ticket with us. Dear, I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about the people's ticket now. Them people run up and down back of Barabbas all through the years. Them should have said, yo, watch out. Them people, we give them people a ticket for all $2,000. Run out. Me that say that a code, as the youth them a say now. That a code, come out and charge the people them $1,500 and $2,000 for bleachers and say, yo, a year's now on the back of me even though clearly I'm an acidic junkro. So watch out, hold that $2,000 ticket and come full up the stadium.
I mean, man, this man goes by the name World Boss. He have the whole industry from yard to abroad behind his back. World Boss, World Boss, World Boss. Man like Scatter gaslighting him saying he circle around Michael Jackson and things like that. It's crazy. I think there was something in the rum that Scatter drink that day, feel me?
Run out with big price, like who the hell does he think he is? Prince, Michael Jackson? You people have deluded Barabbas to the point him start price ticket like him think say he's actually a mega star. Guy, you're a Iron Man star. When Barabbas a drop album that got triple plastic, triple cardboard, Barabbas we are talking about. Be an excuse as to why man can. And people can, them credit card can work on Amazon. You can work on Shein, but you can't work on iTunes to buy one Barabbas CD. Has to be studied. Has to be studied. Ticket a giveaway, guy. Whatever you want to do, full up the stadium. But we not a car, yo, we have a car link, jumping night. All 30 man now on Voxy. It has to be studied. When them realize the stadium now go full, ticket start giveaway. Other man start cost. Yo, me buy my ticket and I'll ticket that giveaway. So then giveaway free ticket them, stadium full up, bleachers full up. Them realize them price out the sheet then. In their delusion and they adjusted. And that's fine by the way. We just see them go 50% off and then go free. That's fine because that's what a Barabbas show is worth. Nothing. So that's actually fair. Somebody can pay if you go watch my reptilian sprat. Economics, that's what they call a market correction. Sometimes man I sell one house and he come out and say the house worth 300 million. And the house nowhere near that. Eventually it seems alright, give me 20 man. The market end up correct that theme. So there was a market correction. The price of the man before, delusion, madness. You ain't that guy. Me can't hate on a market correction. So I think go. Half price then free. That's a code.
Damn, little YouTuber. You a deal with the man a weird. Triple cardboard and triple plastic? Nah, that's crazy. I understand still doing it. The Mish Gaza fans does not buy his albums, but they love to show off his numbers when it's not even them that's putting in the work to achieve those numbers. It needs to be studied for real, for real. And if I had spent so much money on tickets that are dearer given away for free or selling for cheaper than I spent on my ticket, I would feel away.
Similar to Buju, when I say me don't tell him say that be like Buju show, you know. Buju gone no long, then Buju come back, stadium full out. Peak interest. Absence make the heart grow fonder. Everybody want to see what will happen. But with Buju show, I don't remember Buju Mafia give a ticket like this. In Buju show, them never have to give away so much free ticket like now. In Buju show, them never have to give away so much free ticket to full out stadium for making it look bad. I'm just saying, for the king of dancehall that look away, 50% off and then free and then take that giveaway, and I'm just saying, which king? Like I'm asked, which god, which king? That shows a dancehall have real issues when even the king have to resort to half price and 90% off and eventually free. The king. So imagine the papa. What happened to him? It has to be studied.
That did not look good for a king of the dancehall. That was very embarrassing, but over time, the bad part might fade away, although you have men like Sir P that will always bring it back up, feel me? There was a lot of comparison and projection for Freedom Fest that it was supposed to be the greatest and biggest show in Jamaica history, overthrowing Bujos. Their main objective, instead of organizing a great show, was competing to overthrow Buju concert.
So me I get ready for you what I go on now. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. After the lights are shine pan Barbados Guild them. Triumphant return. The Sprat is back. Next thing me hear this. Check this out.
Listen man. You know what's happening? You talk too much. Look at my studio. Look at my studio. I want more than...
It has to be studied. You mean to tell me, say, the moment Vibes Pratel enter the stage, peak interest, that was the highest amount of interest and eyeballs that night. The whole world of business about dancehall are tuning in there so. And in the middle of that moment, them people are see it fit to bring up the little YouTuber, it has to be studied. In that moment, Barbados tell them make history. That moment them want to live in time memoriam. Then just randomly throw in the little YouTuber. Guy, I only make them blagger boy yet me, you know. That me realize. I only really make them blagger boy yet me, you know. Because what them want is where me I run from. Them want people talk about them and acknowledge them. Me just want bad minds and scammers fight against some artists, drop my video and then cut. Them blagger boy are black for fame and recognition. So when time the whole world are tuning in, and in that moment them hear boy sir, them think them the blagger boy them hate me. One of the people them who have talked about look at YouTuber if you hate. Guy, I'm a blogger. I don't think Sheep Nation realize they've lost. Guy, the facts are on the biggest stage, on the biggest platform. It can't get no bigger than this. On the biggest stage, on the biggest platform. And Sheep Nation find time for you to talk about look at YouTuber. Boy, said I strike him pose like he's that guy. Meanwhile, by microphone not talk about a YouTuber. A blogger. Guy, it has to be studied.
Bad mind fully activated one night time. I was looking forward to that Super Bowl halftime show like entrance, you know, but it seems like they were thinking about the Super Bowl from the early 80s or something like that. Not one of the up-to-date Super Bowls.
Imagine somebody named Nuffy. I tell you, say you chat too much. That's preposterous. Guy, saying a blogger chat too much is like saying Shelly and Fraser Price run too much, or Michael Phelps swim too much, or a bird fly too much. That is ludicrous. Guy, in that moment, what the little YouTuber do on the mind? A little blogger enough for them nowhere near on the brain space. In that moment, that is peak interest, peak hype, peak spotlight, peak attention. There's about 1 million people are blogging at Jamaica now. Everybody's a blogger now. Everybody. Enough man say all kind of things about Vibes Pratel. You need to ask yourself the question, why all of them locked in for one name? Guy, you don't understand whether it's a big up or a diss. The fact say you're going to mention the little YouTuber in that moment show say, quote unquote, pressed, as the Yankee them would have said. You've lost. Biggest night of the year on a talk about a YouTuber. You've lost. It has to be studied. PIA, Patreon Squad. Don't have to understand the thing not normal. The thing can't normal. So now the PIA movement reaching a courthouse. It reached Pam Barber stage show. Clearly the PIA movement interest level surpassed even most of your favorite artists. And we can call them names. If you ever hear about a PIA concert, it is the bigger numbers than no found the favorite artists them who listen to bad mind. No, the only problem is half of the people them want to come at the concert that come with their rifles to go so shot start fire before you even reach in the venue. So much shot that fire for a little YouTuber. You won't even know who for charge your murder. You'd have just lock up all 30,000 people when they look jail swell. Make a move into the video now.
Imagine watching the biggest show of the year in dancehall and someone calls your name saying that you talk too much while introducing the so-called king of dancehall at the highest point of the show, Jaja. That shows that Sir P is powerful and impactful. Maybe that is their way of showing Sir P respect for the good work he's putting in.
Before we talk about the performances, we want to talk about Spratsus. Remember two back in the day? She want a bodyguard for guard her yard. Barbados have a BattyGuard. What guard more than theme yard? Mad Sauce, aka Spratsus, must be recognized as the greatest bodyguard in the history of Battydom. No man has ever curtailed and corral a man wearing like how Mad Sauce deal with Barabbas. Mad Sauce DNA have to be studied. Right now, if you draw one body on a piece of paper and grind it, that boy is demonic in his obsession with Vice Barabbas. The youth, turn up. Don't tell me it's a bad man or bad mind, because we know say I true that. But separate from the bad mind, don't tell me you don't find it weird how Mad Sauce operate. Mad Sauce behave like one territorial watchy pumps. But I know watchy pumps this a watchy rear end. Every time one man go around Barabbas and Barabbas heal him and then look out, look out. You know, think the man doing time man rub shoulder and like a half hug. Mad Sauce turn up there like, wait till later man, can I ask him who that? See, back in the day, you used to have one little girlfriend, you know. My younger youth 4 ton, washed up dinosaur. Back in the day, I have one girlfriend, man. Can't forget her. Any female come within a 10-meter radius, who that? So what should I do that for? What should I come for? Why should I walk away there? I saw Mad Sauce look like him operate. Barabbas look like one of them man every time Mad Sauce reach home. He might say, alright, what I'm to you now? What I'm to you? Where am I going to face for? And Mad Sauce say, you go like you know, go like you know, think me never see you. Think me never see you. Right in front of me too. Mad Sauce DNA have to be studied. That boy needs to go to Elsha. That boy needs to go to Puerto Rico. He needs a body of water right now. Mad Sauce is the most notorious bodyguard never see. The man turn up on the people them stage the whole night. Not even the security behave like Mad Sauce. Has to be studied. I know so no steal for yourself, you know. Mad Sauce, you're vile. Me about man watch pumps. But for watch rear end, you have to go down. Boy Teddy, you have to go down.
There's no way in hell a man like Nuffy can diss a man by telling him that he chat too much and letting himself feel a way about it. It's like a pot that costs 10 kekel. These guys don't know what they have done. They are fueling power right into Sir P in front of thousands of people in a real life and hundreds of thousands that's watching online. Hear how the little YouTuber talking right now.
Anybody who left Nostalgia Street, aka Freakdom Street, until you say Barabbas put on a great performance, is vile. Because Barabbas was never a great performer when he did young and full of strength. So all he must done, great performer now. Let me repeat that. Vybz Kartel was never ever a great stage performer. Ever. There is no point in a Vybz Kartel career where he was considered a great stage performer. Ever. This is when he was a young boy. So all this version of Spratel must be a great performer. Guy, that's nostalgia. You're glad to see him. You're glad for them stage show. But don't get carried away. Barabbas was never no great performer. And he still isn't.
Whole world see it. Mad Sauce close mark Kartel whole night like a mother dog and a newborn pup. He wouldn't let no one get close to his daddy without him being in between. Not even messy bodyguard nor close mark himself.
That's about stage show now. Stage show in time you don't have nothing to say if you about the microphone. When you have to hold mic and control crowd, Barabbas was never that guy. If you put him in a studio and give him a rhythm, he can build tune non-stop. Can't take that from him. But put him on a stage and tell him to control the crowd. Barabbas was never that guy.
Yeah, that's true. There are no evidence to say Vybz Kartel was a great performer. That was one of his weakest strengths. Even though they said Sting 2008 was great, the performance was shitty. That's why when he was supposed to lift up the crowd, pressure lick him down, and Vado lift up that one night time.
Nobody at Freakdom Street have a classic performance. We have a replay and replay when people can't. Every time you watch it, you say, your boy, this come like I first time I see. Nobody. Performance, stage presence, these things not just dying, but then dead in a dance hall.
I do agree that there was no classic performance at Freedom Fest. The organization and the time management of the show was poor. There was no professionalism of the artists apart from Vybz Kartel, and no one else got to settle in and give a good performance.
Money spent on this show. Remember say a bad man with you, so me know which money spent. And I'm telling you, them spend their money on Freakdom Street. Them invest whole heap in a Freakdom Street. But money can't save a like you. Eventually, the low frequency, low vibrating, low IQ Irish Saxons would have to kick off some kind of madness. Popcaan's Napoleon syndrome, well, may tell you about him Stockholm syndrome, but his Napoleon syndrome has to be diagnosed and studied. Guy, just use your brain for once. Now, I know say it hard, especially being a sheep and all that, but try think for yourself. Nobody now make Popcaan go up on the show because they could have easily say, Popcaan can't go up on the show. And Barbass now go say, well, me not keep my show then because Popcaan can't go, me not go. Barbass would not say that. Barbass would not put on the show if Popcaan now go. Don't be silly. Nobody now go hold up this and hold up that and two them want to fight against Popcaan.
The settings was great and marvelous lightings around the stage. So I didn't really see anything wrong.
Me run the checks. Me ask the questions from people who know what I want. Me not talk about no blagger boy story. Me talk about people who know what I want. And really the stadium people them did have issues with Popcaan. The stadium people them, meaning the people who run the national stadium, they drop certain little, let's just say, rules. This can't go on if that no happen. When Popcaan and Theme Crew reach, them no want abide by what the man them a say. Man start make down sound people them know say, yo, we done telling our thing already now. I wanna agree to the thing, so where you depend. Me no know who the thing Scatterbarrel is, you know. Me no know why the thing Scatterbarrel is this almighty, all-powerful small we can bring down this and stop this guy. And the stadium people them, I make down sound know say, yo, we telling us that can't work, say it can't work. That was the hold up. When the man try to talk to Popcaan, him not take no chat. Plus, the two man them wasn't exactly best friends to begin with anyway.
Why does everywhere Popcaan go, it causes a conflict? Every big show that needs to be studied, although it's evident. That guy name is unruly, so he wants to do as he pleases. Plus, he move around with about 100-man entourage. Yeah, man, we are aware. We are aware that Popcaan and Scatter have a history. A history over kitty feelings, you know. Two big men we can get a whole heap of woman from all over the world is carrying feelings over Aishana good. It's crazy. Like what Sir P always say, yeah, that needs to be studied one night time. But we have seen exactly why Popcaan and Chronic Law was having problems entering the stadium.
But Popcaan's Napoleon syndrome has to be studied. Me don't know why Popcaan behave like this. Remember say Popcaan is a victim in a real life, you know. That's why every time I drop certain videos I make when I say, yo, this is what I reach Popcaan. I talk about Popcaan like what he is, a victim. Popcaan is not that guy. He's not built like that. Back in the day, JJ knock his boss up back in the Popcaan head, you know. J bad, I'm saying you're too bad. I'm gonna kill people. You're too glad. JJ knock his boss up back in the Popcaan head. Cause I'm out, you know. And them time they will say, yo, that can't work. Remember the youth. Can't work. Them time that we used to feel sorry for Popcaan. Popcaan is a beating stick. When you see Popcaan go, hey, the boy can't do some rule, you're not dead. Popcaan is a beating stick. The boy is a victim. This is why I've done many videos. I tell them about Popcaan. When owner boss tried to do him, Popcaan gone on a small island. Small island, you know. Have man treat him like Pitney over there. Popcaan has never been unruly with other unruly people in his life. He's a victim. We've always felt pity for the youth. Can't tell about Popcaan, see if we can tell about them with their beating stick. Look at Andre. No for only quote-unquote fans are the problem thing. Because we want to gas up them DJ, you know. We want to gas up DJ. I want to feed into their hubris. I now go end well. I want to know seminar check for Scatterbarrel. But I'm telling you in this instance, a Popcaan make things run as smooth as oil run smooth. And then he went on stage and played victim like the role of fight against him. And everybody try to stop him. Guy, use your brain. I know it's hard, you know, sheep and all that, but use your brain. No man now spending much money on a stage show. For them go then stop one DJ or perform on the stage show. When they could have stopped that DJ in the first place since they were the promoters. Them thought they were Popcaan and make Popcaan, but them thought it because he knows he's in a public space and he's surrounded by people and man can rush in and block and stop this and that. Those scenes put a damp up on the show. The whole world I watch and these Irish accents that tell you what's up them woman out and man out scuffle broke out and so and people run up and down and backstage all kind of things are going. Low frequency, low vibration, low IQ. All them people have money, you know, and you see there's no difference. Them still have the war and strife, see me, money can't help them.
Jaja, unruly got a skull bust. This is news to me. And we know he is not built like that in real life and in the music, but he have people behind him that is about that life that's putting the plug in his back. He is suffering from short people syndrome and PTSD from back then, so he feels he always have badness to prove whenever he is in the public.
Happiest of New Yearist. Agent Squad, big up on yourself. PIA, you don't know, more life. Ultra Squad, see you circle. Bless.